Danny Green and Rudy Gay, two guys who did play. I mean, technically, Danny Green was on the Sixers roster for 2 games so far this season. Rudy Gay played with the Jazz. They are two guys who are bygones from a different era, but their leadership, I think Danny Green would make more of an impact than Rudy Gay right now. I think Rudy Gay would be a great veteran. I think for a team like the Warriors, who he was in training camp with, could help him, but we're hearing that they're both trying to latch on to Contenders, and to be honest, I think that could be something that does happen if at the end of the season the buyout candidates, in my opinion, are so-so. There's a lot of them are just shooters who don't provide much else. Danny Green and Rudy Gay, Danny Green more than Rudy Gay, even though Danny Green's knees have kind of slipped under him a bit. He's starting to lose those legs a bit. He's still a better defender than most of the options available, while Rudy Gay never been much of a defender. He can rebound. He can provide you something different than what the rest of these guys can that are sitting in free agency and has, playoff experience and leadership experience that is quite valuable. But of course, at the end of the day, youth has been trumping veteran experience on most NBA rosters. Now, if we come over here and we look at what we're hearing specifically from my man Jake Fischer of Yahoo Sports, we're hearing that veterans free agents Danny Green and Rudy Gay both hope to return to the NBA. Both players would like to clutch on with a playoff team. And the thing is Green is fully healthy from that torn ACL he suffered in the 2022 playoffs. Gay appeared in 56 games with the Jazz last year. He went to the training camp with the Warriors before being waived at the start of the season. As we talked, Rudy Gay this past season, let's not sit here and act like it was pretty, because it wasn't. Rudy Gay last year in 15 minutes a night, and I don't think he played more than that if he was signed to a team like the Warriors. He shot 38% from the field, 25 from 3, had 5.5 points, 3 rebounds, and assist a night. Not much defense. And what are you getting with the Rudy Gay experience in 2024 at this point? Obviously, the man is 37 years old. Rudy Gay, in my opinion, he would just give you an experience combo forward who could play. Technically, he could play the 3. I would never play him at the 3 at this point. He's kind of too slow for that. But a 4, maybe even a small ball 5. That would be a really bad small ball 5. But you get the idea. He used to love the ISO game. He's an okay 3-point shooter. He's very an old school type of offensive game. Loves that mid-range. Not afraid to post up. He's more of a reserve, break the glass type guy. But the leadership that he could provide with his experience, it could be invaluable. While Danny Green this past season, he played in 2 games to start the year. Last year in 8 games with the Cavaliers, again, limited sample size. He did shoot 50% from the field, 45% from 3. Realistically, if he was to get picked up, he would be a guy that, Danny Green, what is he going to give you? Those knees aren't great, okay? We're not going to sit here and try to sell you on his legs. Danny Green's going to be a guy who, he fits a winning team. He doesn't have explosiveness, and he's lost a step on defense, but he's still useful as a floor spacer on the floor, just not as reliable as he once was. The question is how consistent he can be, but he's a low maintenance player who will be as active as possible as he can at this point on the defensive end. He's had plenty of experience on the big stage, and he's a still skilled catch and shoot scorer as an exemplary 3-and-D player. So it's up to you to think that if he's worth getting. In my opinion, if I was a championship team and if I needed somebody, like I said, if I was the Warriors, you've already had Rudy Gay in the building. If you feel like you need him, bring him in. Same thing with the Sixers. If you had Danny Green in the building, bring him in. Spurs, Heat, Lakers, Raptors, all these teams. I mean, Nick Nurse is a Danny Green guy. He won a championship with Danny Green, so I could only imagine the 76ers do make a lot of sense. The Lakers do make a lot of sense. Jason Kidd, the Mavericks make a lot of sense for Danny Green. I see Danny Green more feasibly getting a shot than Rudy Gay because he can still shoot the 3 and he's always been a better defender. It's all about, will that knee hold up and can it hold up?